Hi.
Hey.
Oh!
Sorry.
No, sorry. I scared you.
So, Brooke, you had the perfect game going there late and out away from the no-hitter. What was working so well for you on the mound tonight?
I was just mainly focusing on like keeping the ball low to get ground ball outs and trust my defense because they've been doing so good and they had my back the whole game, and just utilizing my changeup to keep like the hitters off balance.
Yeah, she makes our jobs easier.
Maddie, how much fun are you having batting in front of Val? I imagine it makes it tough for pitchers to pitch around you.
Oh, well, it's big shoes. It's just like, I feel like, just got to do what you got to do. Stay calm. Don't think about the people around you, and then just do your own thing. Trust your training.
I guess, Maddie, I think last year you were a 190 hitter, and now you're up to the well above 300. I mean, what's changed?
I read a lot during the summer, so like a lot of like confidence books. So last year my confidence was not very high. So this year it's a lot of positive self-talk and just like also doing like one-on-one training with the coaches. That's really helped me a lot too.
So I guess what books?
I read like 4. I don't know. There was one that has like Kobe was in it. He wrote something. It was also one that I read an article about Simone Biles when she took her time off for her mental health and all that as well.
Was Kobe your favorite basketball player?
I wasn't a big basketball person, but like, yeah, I knew his name, so obviously he was good.
Brooke, you had a pretty good freshman season last year. What area do you think you worked on the most to improve so much?
Like I said, like my confidence, like coming in here, like your hometown, like you're the best, and then you come in here, you're like, oh, I'm not anymore, and then it's just like kind of like and you're just like, I don't know what to do, but like talking to the coaches and working on like my pitching, like mechanics and everything, like just has really helped me, and the coaches, especially KJ, is just really like motivating. Is like, you got it, and just like trust your stuff, and like that's helped me a lot.
How about your relationship with Val and Millie? How much did they help you?
Oh my gosh, I love them. I love Millie. She's so funny, and she's very like uplifting, and like every time I go out there, she's like, you got this, and like gives me a hug. And out there with Val at first base, she's always like, trust your stuff, you got this, like you know what you're doing, like, and it's just like really helpful to like know like what like the best pitchers in the nation are like sitting here telling you like you're good, and you're like, yeah, maybe, I guess.
You speak of Millie. Is there a possibility that sometime down the road we could see a Rick Vaughn Wild Thing? She's got a little bit of spunk and fire to her, so is there a possibility that you girls might figure out something to make that happen just once?
I don't know, like I mean, if you say something to her about it, she probably will do it. Maybe like get her like some crazy hat or something to wear it.
I guess as a staff, you guys have I think a .7 ERA coming into this. I mean, how much pride do you guys take in just not giving up any runs, and what's the feeling when you actually just give up one?
Well, main part of it is our defense has been so great. Like think like hits that might be hits like last year, like this year aren't hits, and it just like you trust your defense so much that you're not trying to overthrow or anything, and just like knowing people are behind you and you trust them like makes it so much easier to go out there and be confident. And when you do give up runs, like it happens, like nobody's perfect, so it sucks, but at the same time, it happens. It's part of the game. So,
Maddie, y'all were 5 outs away from beating Florida State in the ACC championship last year. You could have actually easily won 3 out of 4 games against the Noles last season. What do you remember about those games, and how anxious are y'all to flip the script here at home tomorrow?
I mean, going into those games is already super high intensity, so I'm excited to feel that same type of intensity because we get to be at our home field, and we get now our fans to be here, which is they root for us, so it's gonna be loud, it's gonna be fun, and I'm excited to see how they take on that challenge like we took on the challenge last year.
Yeah, well, with just like I'll piggyback on that. He talked about pride. How much pride in the season you guys already have, and then especially with Florida State, and then just the bulk of the season coming down the last month or so. What are some of the goals you have ahead of you that are still obviously attainable?
We like focus a lot on like one pitch at a time and taking advantage of like the small moments, and like making sure like the little things are right, and then the big things come together. That's like one of the things like the coaches preach, And like Coach Rittman even said in our meeting today, like, you're gonna make mistakes this weekend, like it's gonna happen, but it's just like how you like bounce back from making those mistakes and not letting it like become something bigger.
Another famous Rittman line is he likes to say that softball will humble you at the drop of a hat. So if you can just have 5 seconds to yourself where you can just flush it down the toilet, then you're fine.
I guess just again, be 37-1 at this point in the season. I think last year coming out of March, you were like 21-10. I mean, how do you make that jump from a very good team to a team that's only lost 1 game at this point in the season?
I think just relinquishing control a little bit. Like you can't, you're a single player. You're not going to be able to win a game single-handedly. So I think that trusting every individual helps a lot, because knowing somebody has your back all the time is what kind of relaxes me, and I know relaxes a lot of other girls.
And now that basketball season's out of the way, you guys have the attention of everyone. There's baseball going on too, but we know the deal, right? It's like you guys have been, but especially now more than ever, Clemson being a softball school, right? When you hear that, what does that mean to you? And then what do you guys still have to prove to obviously just validate that once more?
It feels good. It feels like all the hard work that we've been putting in, like, and all the time is finally like coming to light. Like we spend hours in the weight room, we spend hours at practice, we watch film. I mean, it's everything. Like everything that we've been doing is finally, like, we're getting rewarded for all the hard work that we've put in.
Maddie, I'm not sure if it was your at bat, but Mackenzie Clark went first to like home on one of them. I think it might have been yours. I forget.
Yes.
But I mean, how special is her speed? Is when you hit anything in the outfield, are you pretty sure if she's on first base, she's scoring?
Oh, absolutely. It's also really nice knowing that, like, because Mackenzie's on, like, if she gets to second, I could just have a little blooper behind second, and I know she's probably going to make it home, which is really nice because then we get a run on the board, and it's more stress than off the pitchers, and so we all kind of come, like, a little puzzle piece, kind of work together well.
Perfect. That's you guys.
Thanks, ladies.